Well, first off, I do want to show you something here. What we got forming on the total 3 bullish. We have a cup and handle pattern forming here. Cup and handle is a bullish pattern. We come over here. Let's see here. Understanding the cup and handle pattern. Let's get this off there. The cup and handle pattern reveals buyers' strength over sellers. The cup forms as the price drops and then rebounds to the same level. Next, the price dips again, forming a shallower low and a strong recovery, shaping the handle. You can see back over here, came up here, dipped. It's had a little bit of a rebound here, but I did not find this on my own, okay? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. You come up here, other trader put this out. Total 3 forming cup and handle. Let's pull this over here. Let's see if I can pull it up here. I want to take credit for something that I have nothing to do with. Cup and handle pattern on Coinbase. No, I don't think I'm going to find the article. But somebody else put that out about the total 3 forming a cup and handle. You do have a clear cup in here, right? You could argue, I guess. Well, no, didn't come up to the other side over here, down here. That would have been too shallow. Didn't form a full cup on there. But on here it has. It's formed the whole cup and the handle. Alright, so that is a bullish pattern. We'll have to see how this plays out. Alright, now what I do see in here, especially in a monthly, you can see 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we'll have to see how this plays out. Of course, I'm expecting this alt season to occur at some time. Sometime here, definitely take off and get this market rolling, right? Do have a support line coming up through here. Pull this over. Let's make that a 1. So it's a little bit more tighter. There we go. You got some room there, right? As long as it keeps in this on this yellow line or above it. We got a nice uptrend going. We are above the 50-day moving average. It's the 50-day down here on the monthly. All right, on the weekly. I think we're below it on the weekly. No, we're still above it on the weekly too. You got your 50 is the blue, the 200 is the white. And if we take a look at the weekly RSI, that is a good sign. All right, starting to turn back to the upside here on the weekly. Alright, what makes me a little bit nervous here, definitely going to keep an eye on this for sure. You almost got 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully not a 5th wave here. That doesn't always work out. You can see over here, if I was looking at that same thing, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, and it shot up. Alright, maybe it's doing the similar type thing here. You can see these two resemble each other here. Okay, you got this pushback up here, which would symbol, I guess, this pushback up here, but it ended up coming back down and rounding up. That would be similar to this coming back down here and heading up. So we do have that weekly heading back up. The monthly looks absolutely perfect. Look at that, just turned bullish. The monthly looks very, very good here. All right, so we do have a cup and handle. And over here too, you could have counted, take a fib on this. Let's see where this, I would have been worried about 5 waves here too. 1, 2, 3, never got it. You could even say, this was swinging up for a possible 4 and then a 5th down, but it never did it. Okay, possible 2 waves there and it fell apart. It doesn't always work out. 5 waves. That's more than likely what's happening up through here. We're gonna have to keep an eye on this here, but the monthly and the weekly look very, very good on the total 3. All right, now let's take a look at turbo. And the total 3 is your total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, that's just all your other altcoins out there besides Bitcoin and ETH. Now, this thing, the monthly looks fabulous on turbo. Look at that, right at the bottom, turning up. The weekly, trying to turn back up, just like the total 3 market cap. Right, this thing is not heading straight down; it is curving back to the upside. And then your daily looks like it's trying to turn back up also. All right, this is getting into a point here. You're going to want to see a bounce. Right, not much more room before we get down here. We're right there. Okay, definitely I see a break of this resistance line, this yellow line here, and I will be taking a long on turbo and riding this baby out, man. You can make some nice returns on this. For the main point, doesn't take a lot of money. This is a 0.0036, okay, compared to longing Ethereum, which costs, what, $2,300 or whatever it is, or Bitcoin at $100,000. You can buy a lot more turbo with a lot less money, right, when you're leverage trading it. So I will be jumping all over this. This breaks this resistance, and I will be going long on it for sure. All right, now if you want to join our trading group, sign up for level 3 membership. It's in the description of the video. I think you'll enjoy it. All right, we have 170 some. I'm not exactly how many. It stays about the same every month. That's what's weird. It's like the last 6 months, it's been like 170 some members. They've got 178 to 174 to 176. It's crazy, right? And then when price picks up and when the market starts booming again, then the memberships will go back up above 200 again. It just that's the way it works. Nobody really cares when the price is down. But when we're making big gains, then everybody wants to come over and jump in with us, right? But we got some really, really good traders in there, guys. I mean, seriously, if you're looking for a good group for $15, definitely a class act group of people in there, right? And you also get 10 hours of videos to teach you how to start charting. So you get your $15 worth. Now with turbo here, like I said, you're going to want to see a break of this yellow resistance line, but this is getting in the area right down here. You're going to want to see it bouncing, and the way the RSIs are turning, it's definitely looking like it's getting ready to turn back up. Right through here is where you're going to want to see this thing turn back up. Let's get this thing a little bit less dark in here. There's my it must be back here then. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Anyway, it's not so dark, but definitely within this zone. I want to see a break here and see this thing go. All right, if this is going to be a wave 1, 2, if we put a trend-based fib on this thing, where could this end up going, right? Give us an idea. It'd be a pretty big wave 1, 2, similar to this one over here. Didn't end up quite same size here, but if we don't use any wicks, pull that back down, we could get a pretty decent push here out of turbo. All right, put a fib on here, and this is on a weekly chart. And I would put it right, that would be pointing us in the new all-time high territory. And especially if once this breaks, that would potentially be a wave 3, which would really get this going. Now, if something happens and price works its way down here and takes out the bottom of this box, I would really start getting a little nervous, then it should not do that. It should bounce before 0.002477. You can get a wick down through here and then fire back up, but I'm expecting this to really turn around here very, very soon. All right, now if we take a look at like the 12-hour, some smaller RSIs, 12-hour, looking a little weak, right? It's definitely looking weak. Let's roll over a little bit there. The 8-hour, we maybe got some bullish divergence forming here. Got this low and a higher low there, and then on price, you have this low, and you have a lower low. On a 4-hour is totally reset. Really bullish divergence or not? Yeah, we do. Get this low, and then a higher low coming in up here. Alright, so which would be this low, which you can see the closing and higher on the RSI here. We do have a wick lower. It's only, if you pull it up like this, if you put a trend line on it, it would be like that. Which would be definitely a lower low. Right, so we do got a little bit of bullish divergence on the 4, which would be nice to see. Like to see it turn around here. It's getting, like I said, it's getting right in that area where you're going to want to see this thing turn around. Getting right down near the 618 now. Okay, so this area here, we will keep an eye on that. Looking for a bounce soon. Want to see this yellow resistance line, draw it on your charts. Want to see it taken out, and I'm sure this thing, what you're gonna want is something like this. Where's my path? Here we go. You want to see a break, pull back, a retest, and then see it take off. Something like that. All right, don't. I know a lot of times it's tempting to get in on the break, and I should practice what I preach, because a lot of times I'll jump in right here, because sometimes you don't get the pullback and the retest. It just goes. But most of you should wait for the break, wait for a retest. You should enter here for a long position and then take it. That's how you should enter long. All right, so turbo looking good, guys. The total 3, cup and handle forming on it. Let's go. Let's get this market rolling here. I want to see something happen real soon. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.